Oh, I love this album so much.
I had to learn to live in the jungle. Now stop worrying and go and get dressed.
You might have to excuse me. I've lost control of all of my senses.
This Odd Blood album is fucking incredible. It's so good. Ambling Alp, and One. They're both such amazing songs. And it kind of, what I loved about it was how it feels organic, but it's very electronic. It's a pop album, but it's sort of not being afraid to write a big chorus and have an exploding euphoric pop song with a darker undercurrent. Something about, trying to break the rules with music a bit and use the sort of flexibility of music and pop music and culture and trying to make something new out of existing things and put your own stamp on it. That was the point with the mixtapes, and it was such a nice chance to sort of experiment and fuck around with sounds, and it's led us to playing some quite interesting, bizarre covers along the way. 4 white guys from London singing No Scrubs as a really depressing electronic ballad.
So get drunk, call me a fool, put me in my place.
The mixtapes existed in this sort of online space, cool corner of the internet. But we got in trouble with, legally. We hosted them ourselves on a website that I bought because our record label were like, fuck that. We want nothing to do with it. If you do a faithful cover, that's fine, and you can do that. If you fuck with the original, that's when people start to get annoyed. So with Of the Night, it was fine, but for a minute it was an issue because obviously you're playing with what in somebody's mind is their work of art. But nothing ever got to the point of us getting actually taken to court. But
yes.
We had to take them down offline. So now they now exist in the less legal parts of the internet.
What's gonna be left of the world if you're not in it? What's gonna be left of the world? Oh.
No way! Oh, this is so nice. A trip down memory lane.
That's right.
A very, very limited edition. This was kind of, I think, that for us, and coupled with that night at the Scala, was the kind of realization that this could be going okay. I think the Scala in London was the first proper ticketed music venue that we played.
First time we had tapes as well.
Yeah, and I remember going down the street to get a sandwich before the gig, and there was ticket touts outside reselling tickets.
I bought one.
That night for us was crazy. It was very surreal. And even this, I made the logo in Microsoft Paint and using tracing paper. And then the fact, I think at the time that, we were signed to a record label and someone had made these little badges that have all the little textures from my pencil, was very surreal.
I've been dancing at the funeral, sleeping in the clothes you love.
It's quite weird when you do remixes, you're sort of fucking with somebody else's work and reinterpreting it, and then sent it over to probably the man I admire most in the world. It's fucking terrifying. It's like handing in your homework or your thesis or something. And then the next time we were in LA, he invited me round for coffee to his house. It was like being in Lost Highway. It was up in the Hollywood Hills, and it was this crazy modern house. I knocked on the door, and this tannoy came out saying go round to the side, go round the side passage. So I was like, okay, this is so weird. Went around the side and then knocked on the door. The door opens and it was this massive film screening room come recording studio, and he came out in these overalls covered in paint and was like, hi Dan. And I was like, fucking hell, it's David Lynch.
Every stumble and each misfire, I miss you more.
I was drinking this last night. It was very good. Was it a da-da? Right.
Should use that one. Sounds way better.
There you go, guys. Thanks. Yeah, fuck. Forgot about that. But it didn't happen, unfortunately, because we ended up releasing it ourselves. It's called Torn Apart. This song was a collaboration with this guy Grades, and then having someone like David Guetta be like, can we buy it off you? And obviously he would produce it and stuff, but that was a really interesting conversation.
In my thoughts, you're far away, and you are whistling a melody.
We wrote Lesser of Two Evils backstage at Columbia Halle.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Columbia Halle.
Thanks.
I miss you,